Hello again, and welcome to my creative African cooking channel, Ndudu by Fafa. Beautiful people, let's start this Christmas recipes. Why not? With Brussels sprouts. Now, it's one that I'd say is almost like the Marmite. You either love it or you hate it. But I'm going to show you the best way to make it. And even for novice, you can definitely try this as easy as 1, 2, 3. So, a couple of weeks ago, I got this from my local grocer, which was the Brussels sprouts on the stalk. Usually, one would just get it when it's removed from the stalk. So I found that fascinating, and I think I left it there for a few days and decided to go yellow. I was like, now I have to actually create this recipe because I have created a lot of recipes for you guys, definitely. And if you haven't clicked the subscribe button, this is the time for you to do so, and the notification button, which means that each time I upload a video, you are notified of it and you do not miss a thing. I do not want to miss you. So what I'm going to do is just peel the Brussels sprouts. I'm just going to take the outer layer off, which of course will be dried to keep that beautiful, fresh, lovely Brussels sprouts, intact. Now, Brussels sprouts is one ingredient that divides a team, because you do have a team that likes it and others that's like, no, I will not try it. But if you do like cabbage, you're just on the right path to liking Brussels sprouts. I mean, Brussels sprouts have been dipped into dark chocolate and they are incredible as well because they're just crunchy and just beautiful. If you enjoy the Ghanaian cabbage stew, then definitely this is a recipe that should feature in your Christmas menu. Absolutely. So now that I've peeled it, I'm dividing this in two. Now the next thing I'm going to do is, add some more flavors. So naturally, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that I have got a slight fixation with onions when it comes to onions. And the reason I'm going to be using the onions is just going to offer that sweetness to this dish, which is important because I like and I love to enhance the natural flavors of the ingredients that I do use. The next thing I'm going to add is some olive oil, and that is just going to offer that moisture because I'm going to be frying this later, definitely. And it's going to allow the spices I'm going to incorporate into this stick. And I've got some cayenne pepper here for that residual heat, and that just works perfectly. Brussels sprouts, onions, and chilies. Oh, perfect match made in heaven. I'm incorporating that smokiness, so I've added some smoked paprika. Not only does it offer the color as well, but it offers that sweetness and that smoky flavor as usual. And then I'm adding my salt and pepper to taste. Now I've got my smoked chipotle chilies, and I have this herb scissors cutter that I use. Now, ideally, you can get your chipotle chilies already, shredded in most supermarkets, actually. They're readily available. But of course, it's that Ndudu by Fafa's kind of way. But I do love what the chipotle chilies add to this dish. It gives it that smokiness again, and it's very mild in terms of heat. So yes, I'm incorporating that smoky, sweet flavor, and I'm just going to add that to my Brussels sprouts later. Now, next thing is I'm adding some thyme. Yeah, fresh thyme. If you have the dry thyme, just add that. It just doesn't matter. But it just offers that beautiful flavor as well to the dish. And I think it's now time for me to mix everything together till it's well combined. Now, even with this onion mixture, I use this if one watched my Instagram stories or Snapchat a couple of weeks ago. I used this as a base for my burger, and it was just incredible. It was crunchy, it was smoky sweet, just so. So now I've placed my clay pot on a medium to low heat. I've just drizzled it with a little bit of olive oil, And now I'm going to add my washed Brussels sprouts to it. You will notice that the amount of olive oil that I used was next to nothing. And this is just to help the bottom part of my clay pot. And also it would allow that smokiness to infuse into my Brussels sprouts because I'm going to be frying this. Yes, for about 5 to 6 minutes. You don't want it overcooked. You want it crunchy, and I wanted that little charred look for it. So that gives it that smokiness again. So we're having some flavors here, which is like we're building up on a smoky, sweet flavor that the Brussels sprouts is going to, infuse into itself. So when you bite into one, it's just crunchy and it's perfect. And this is a perfect recipe, of course, for our vegetarians as well. So we're not counting them out. You need to incorporate them into your, Christmas festivities, most definitely, especially if you're hosting. So after about 4 minutes, you will start to say that it's charring, and that's it. You won't say like you're closer to this being the perfect recipe for you. This is the point that I do add my spiced onion mixture. And I'm going to fry this for another 4 minutes to allow it to maintain its crunchiness, to cook, to allow the flavors to marry each other. If you don't know, you know what I mean? Now, you'd notice that during this process, I haven't covered this mixture because immediately you do that, you trap in the moisture, and that's what makes this soggy. The feedback that I've got from people who do not like Brussels sprouts is because of that overcooked, mushy sort of texture. No. So this is a recipe that should feature in your Christmas menu. It's crunchy, it's beautiful, it's smoky. And guess what? I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil here because I'm almost done. And to that, I was like, let me add some cumin seeds as you do, because that adds that woody sort of licoricey flavor to my dish. And it's exactly what's needed, especially as I've got that sweetness and smokiness coming through, obviously from the onions, the chipotle chilies, and the smoked paprika. At this point, my mixture is ready for me to serve. Easy as 1, 2, 3. So I have sprinkled it with a little bit of flat leaf parsley. That is also readily available in most supermarkets, and also some red chili flakes. And here's our pièce de résistance. Look at that. This should feature in your Christmas menu. And I can't wait to share my other recipes. Now, naturally, I'd leave the list of ingredients and measurements on my blog, ndudubyfafa.blogspot.com. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and Facebook as Ndudu by Fafa, so do pass by and say hi. And if this is your first time of ever watching this channel, thank you very much for tuning in. And I hope you do me that great service of clicking the subscribe button if you haven't done so, and the notification button so you do not miss any future videos. Now, Noel, thank you very much for my theme song. And until next time, my kings and queens and beautiful people, thank you very much for 2019. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love, your comments, and your hugs. I love it. Thank you very much. Take care of you.